Okay.
Okay, so
So I'm anxious to hear about, the evidence that came through. I mean, you've said it didn't sound like your dad. So we can
okay,
just
so
we can kind of
yeah,
go through the
I'll
evidence. Like I've got it
go.
right here in
Yeah,
front
I'll
of
go
me.
through it. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, so I'll go through it. So,
Okay.
Dad and the memory of him holding my hand. That was, I did hold his hand at the hospital quite a
Okay.
lot. I
Okay.
did get to see, yeah. So that it's not all.
Yeah.
So I did get to see him, and I was holding his hand. So if that's his memory of me holding his hand, that's great.
Okay.
Um, but when he actually passed, yeah, I wasn't anywhere near his hands. I was holding
Okay.
his feet.
Okay.
Um, yeah, but I was there when he passed.
Okay. Okay. And I
Okay.
couldn't remember. I try to, it's hard when I'm doing this with friends because I
You've got
don't
to
want,
not remember.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if you were with him when he passed or not, but yeah.
Yeah. So I was there.
Okay.
Um, so his age, no, you didn't get his age right.
Okay.
He's not 74 and he didn't die of heart failure.
Okay.
So I've been trying to think who may have been 74 that died of heart failure that
Okay.
may link into any of the other evidence.
Yeah, yeah.
So because you also got the older man with grey hair and glasses.
Yeah, that was the second time I connected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought that may link to the 74-year-old
Okay.
because I know that my uncle died of heart failure and
Okay.
he was potentially around 74. So that's Dad's sister's husband.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
so I didn't know if he was coming through.
Right, right. And see, that's what I'm having trouble with is differentiating between multiple people that could be coming through. That's what I'm still working on. So,
Yeah.
yeah, all this feedback really helps me.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was wondering if those two might be linked. But then when
So,
you said he had the feeling of being, this is the older guy,
yeah, yeah.
he had studious or professional or a businessman, accountant, lawyer, and that didn't stack up at all. Because if it was
Okay.
my uncle, he wasn't a businessman.
Okay.
Um, you could have maybe classed him as studious because he was a lifelong learner.
Okay.
And he did like to paint, and he did write a book just before he
Okay.
died.
Okay.
So he was a creative, but
Yeah.
he certainly wasn't a professional man. And
Okay.
then I'm like, yeah, I don't know anybody that was an accountant or a businessman that fits any of those.
Okay.
In regards to you saying about Dad helping me organize my business, I have been looking for a system that I can use to schedule.
Okay. Okay.
So
So that
I
was
have
good.
been looking at technology stuff
Okay.
around how I can organize self, where I can record patient details and stuff, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. He's
Okay.
helping me with my business. Perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
I know I'm jumping around a bit, but I just wanted
That's
to
okay.
see, yeah. And then the other thing you said about the peony,
Yeah.
my stepmother loves peonies. So
Okay.
that's one of her favorite flowers. So that sort of linked in with Dad.
Okay.
Um, and then the whole whale watching thing with the resonates at all. Um,
I know it just cracks me up when that kind of stuff comes in. I'm like, where is this coming from? Like, but we're we're
yeah,
we're taught to report everything because it may make sense to you.
yeah. So the only thing I could think with the binoculars is Dad did have some binoculars. Dad did like being out on the water. He did like to fish.
Okay.
So if it was Dad and he was trying to show you, that it was him,
Okay.
he did like to fish. So yeah. So
Okay.
that's anyway. And of course, peony is my stepmother's favorite flower. So I'm
Okay.
wondering if he was trying to talk to me about that in some way.
Okay.
Um, and then you also said about the beach with a big rock,
Yeah.
um, and sunsets and sailing boats. Well, New Zealand well, Auckland where I grew up is known as, and that's where the America's Cup always comes in and out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So
and I
there was
also
that.
wondered if you and your son had gone to the beach recently, because also the spirit person can give me memories of, or like, not memories, but show me a scene that you have lived recently. Like if you and Charlie went to the beach and there was a big rock that he was climbing on, that would show that your dad was there with you, or who, whatever spirit person was coming through. Like they're showing something you've done recently. So I wondered
Yeah.
about the, like the circus tent, the red and white striped tent. Like, did you and Charlie go to a carnival or circus lately? Because then there was a clown
No.
face later.
No, and that was the bit that really did not fit. I'm like, I have
Yeah.
no idea about this. However, I was talking to Fran the other day, and she's off to see the circus. So, but yeah, it doesn't mean anything to me at all. None whatsoever.
Right.
But the other thing I was going to say about the beach with the big rock is where my dad and my stepmother moved back to, and that's where Dad died. So he like
Oh,
they were living there when he died, because
okay.
the mountain
Okay.
has like a big rock. And
Okay.
Charlie and I did go down to the beach, and we did walk around there, and we were climbing around there
Okay.
when we were back at home.
Okay.
Skipping rocks is something we tend to do whenever we take the dog out for walk, because we live right by the beach anyway.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and candy canes. Charlie likes to eat candy
Yeah.
and canes, any type of rock.
Right.
He would eat, so that's the only thing that I can relate candy canes to.
Right. Right.
But yeah, the whole beach, the whole tent thing, I'm just like,
Yeah.
no, can't
Yeah.
fit that anywhere in any of this.
And it could be like something in the future too. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know.
no,
And it could be something way down the road that you figure out, oh my gosh, like I've got by my desk, I have a picture of me and Charlie at the circus. And maybe he was referring to that picture. I mean, it could be so many things. Or it could also be my imagination, and just, that's the crazy part about this is it could be I'm just making it up, which is so wild. But I wanted to ask about
and then the other part. The
yeah,
other part was the grassy field, the gate, the farm, or the garden gate, or whatever you were thinking.
yeah,
We have a gate, we have a gate that leads out onto a field.
okay, okay,
It could be that.
yeah,
The gate that leads in by the side of our house out into our garden.
right,
We've,
right,
we've got like 3 gates on our property. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, I don't know
But
what that meant
like,
either,
yeah, like what's the significance kind of thing. So what about the purple ray or the violet ray?
Yeah, the violet ray, that's interesting, because I've been working with the red ray, and I was just wondering if I was working with the right ray at the moment.
Okay, okay,
Because I thought I was working with the red ray, and then I thought that I might work with the orange ray next, but you said the violet ray, so, and I
yeah,
work with the violet ray already as well. So I was just interested to see if anything came through from somebody,
yeah,
somebody else.
yeah, right, right.
But yeah, I'm going to start working with the violet ray again, because I've stopped working with that a wee bit. So I'll go back to the violet ray.
Okay. And
So,
then I
yeah,
got
so it wasn't all bad.
right, right. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of where I'm at, you know.
I just wanted to give you the feedback so that
Yeah.
you knew,
Yeah.
how it was. And the
Right.
other thing I was also interested to ask you was, like, when you're channeling them, what essence are you looking for in regards to their being? Because of course, each one that comes through is going to be a different frequency.
Right.
So I just wondered, do you like look at the essence of what's coming through to see where they are, like frequency wise? And I guess
No, I
maybe I'm thinking, can you differentiate them by the emotion that you're feeling at the time? Because that will show you which different frequencies were coming through.
yeah, so I wasn't taught that way. We weren't taught like freak about frequency for the spirit person. It's been more like levels of well, I mean, I guess it's kind of frequency, but like like there's a level for past loved ones, spirit people, then like ascended masters and angels and like that
Yeah,
kind of thing, but not
yeah,
really within that
that right.
spirit realm, not really levels there.
Okay.
So really, like, I just was taught a method of connecting and just with my intention, kind of like shifting a gear, like a gear shift on a car into
Yeah,
that level, that frequency of the spirit people, as opposed to ascended masters or angels or that kind of thing.
yeah.
Yeah. So
But I just
I'm
wondered if that was something you could play with, because that would definitely differentiate between each spirit. Because I know that if any come through me, I will always get like a sadness or a happiness or a,
okay.
do you know what I mean? And I
Yeah,
just wondered if maybe that might help you fine tune a bit more into
right,
which one you were tapping into,
right.
because there are different frequencies in that realm.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if you think about it, when they get to that realm, they are also ascending themselves. So
Mm-hmm.
depending where they are on their ascension journey, they're going to
Mm-hmm.
be either up or down. Does that make sense? But I
Yeah.
just wonder if you like the next time you do it,
Mm-hmm.
just had that in the back of your mind as like, oh, am I feeling joy now? Whereas before I was feeling sadness. Do you know what I mean?
Right,
It would then
right,
show you were with two different people.
right, right. I'm gonna pause the recording because my
Oh
battery's
yeah.
about to go out, but I want to
Okay.
continue this discussion, so hang on.